Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among peaceful mountains, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Liam. He was intelligent, hardworking, and kind, loved by everyone around him. Yet deep inside, his mind was constantly in turmoil. His thoughts flowed like a restless river, never stopping, never calm. All day long, ideas and memories came and went, leaving him exhausted and confused. Liam often replayed the mistakes of his past, the regrets, the losses, the what-ifs he couldn't change. Then he worried about the future, about things that hadn't even happened yet. He couldn't sleep well, nor could he smile the way he used to. Though surrounded by nature and cheerful people, he still felt lonely. Inside, it was as if a storm never ceased. One evening, as the sun sank behind the mountains, Liam realized he couldn't go on like this forever. He longed to find peace, something he felt had slipped away long ago. He knew that to change his life, he first had to heal his own mind. And at that very moment, his journey to discover inner peace quietly began. One morning, while sitting at a small tea house in the village, Liam overheard some travelers talking about a distant village hidden deep in the northern hills. There, they said, lived a wise old man, once a famous psychologist in a big city. For years, he had helped countless people overcome their fears and anxieties, teaching them how to listen to their minds and find peace within. When he grew old, the man left the noisy city behind and moved to the mountains. He no longer worked for money or fame, but spent his days meditating, tending his garden, and sharing his wisdom with those who sincerely sought help. People called him the Keeper of Peace. Liam listened with growing curiosity. A spark of hope lit up in his heart. Maybe he can help me, he thought. Although the road was long and uncertain, Liam decided he had to go. He packed a few simple things, some bread, a flask of water, and an old cloak. Without telling anyone, he left at dawn as the first rays of sunlight touched the hills. For the first time in months, he felt something new: hope. The journey to the hill village was far from easy. Liam crossed cold streams, climbed rocky paths, and walked through steep slopes. By day, the sun burned his skin. By night, the mountain wind chilled his bones. Many times he wanted to turn back, but each time he reminded himself why he had started, to find peace of mind, and pushed forward. Along the way, he met many people. Some greeted him with warm smiles, others passed silently by. Every encounter reminded him that everyone was on their own journey, carrying their own struggles. The farther he walked, the quieter his thoughts became. After many days, Liam finally saw the village hidden in mist. Small houses peeked through the trees, and thin trails of smoke rose from chimneys. At the village's edge stood a tiny house covered in vines. On its porch sat an old man with silver hair, eyes closed, his face calm and serene. Liam knew, without a doubt, that his long journey had brought him to the right place. Liam approached quietly, afraid to disturb the stillness. When he reached the porch, he bowed slightly and said softly, "Sir, my mind never rests. I'm always thinking, always worried. I just want peace. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes. They were deep and warm, like the calm surface of a lake. A gentle smile appeared on his face. "So you are seeking peace?" he said. "Good, but peace cannot be given. It must be realized. Let me give you a small task." He led Liam to the backyard, where a wooden table stood. He filled a glass of water all the way to the brim, so full that a single shake would spill it. Handing it to Liam, he said, "Take this glass. Walk from here to the edge of the village and back again, but remember, don't spill even a single drop." Liam looked puzzled, but he nodded. He carefully held the glass with both hands and began walking down the narrow village path. The road was uneven and busy. Children played by the roadside, dogs barked, and shopkeepers called out to customers. Yet Liam ignored everything. His eyes stayed fixed on the glass. Each step was slow, measured, and deliberate. Sweat ran down his forehead, but he kept going. Villagers watched him curiously but didn't interfere. They knew the old man was teaching him something valuable. When Liam finally returned, the glass was still perfectly full. Smiling, he said, "Sir, I did it. Not a single drop spilled." The old man nodded and asked calmly, "That's good. But tell me, did you see the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking or the people talking?" Liam blinked in surprise. "No, sir. I didn't notice anything. I was only focused on the glass." The old man smiled again and said, "You see, when your mind is fully in the present moment, there is no space for fear, confusion, or distraction. That is what peace feels like." The old man's words echoed deeply in Liam's heart. For the first time, he truly understood. All his life, he had been living in the past and the future, never in the present. While holding that glass, he had been completely focused, neither regretting nor worrying. His mind had become still. They both sat quietly on the porch. The golden light of sunset spread across the garden. The breeze rustled through the trees and birds called to one another in the distance. Everything felt perfectly peaceful. The old man spoke again. "Peace is not something found outside, not in people, not in places. It has always been within you. When you slow down, breathe, and live fully in this moment, peace naturally appears." Liam bowed his head, his eyes glistening. "Thank you, sir," he whispered. "Now I understand. If I want peace, I must keep my mind in the present." The old man smiled gently. "Yes, when the mind is calm, everything else becomes calm too." The next morning, as sunlight spilled over the mountains, Liam said goodbye to the old man. The wise man simply smiled, saying nothing more. Liam walked back to his own village, but he was no longer the same person who had left. The world around him hadn't changed. The streets, the people, the mountains, yet everything felt different. His mind was now quiet, clear, and steady. He began to enjoy the simple things again, the birdsong at dawn, the laughter of neighbors, the warmth of a cup of tea. People noticed the change in him. He was calmer, kinder, and carried an aura of peace wherever he went. When others complained or worried, Liam would smile and tell them about the lesson of the glass. Slowly, his peace began to spread to others. Liam realized that the journey toward peace never truly ends. But as long as he remembered to live in this very moment, peace would always live within him, as steady and natural as his own breath. If you like the story, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this one. Thank you for staying with us. See you in the next story with new thoughts and new lessons. Until then, stay well and stay peaceful.